So Mrs. Green, I wanted to speak with you alone, before I brought your son in.
Well, Dr. Job, I'm glad we have this opportunity. I've prepared a brief history of my boy Jimmy.
I'm happy to hear what you have to say before I offer my ironclad diagnosis.
Jimmy eats junk food every day.
So do millions of Americans. So what?
After a meal, he usually becomes abstracted.
Gazes out the window?
Gazes at the toilet, as if he's waiting for something.
Anything else?
He's miles ahead of his science teacher, so he's bored in class.
Doesn't pay attention.
He diagrams engines. Very detailed drawings.
Drawings. In science class. Inappropriate.
He keeps packets of sugar in his pockets and eats them all day in school.
Sugar is sweet.
By the time he's eaten 20 or 30 packets, he starts shivering a little.
Twitching?
You could say that.
Distracted.
Well, yes.
Mrs. Green, your son has ADHD. Attention Deficit Hyperactivity Disorder.
You're sure?
Oh yes. He exhibits the symptoms. Distraction, boredom, twitching or fidgeting, lack of attention in class.
Is there a test for ADHD? Blood test? Urine test?
There is no test.
Why not?
It's a chemical imbalance in the brain.
How do you know if there's no test?
We were sure.
But there's no test.
We were sure.
But there's no test.
We were sure.
But there's no test.
We were sure.
What do you recommend?
Ritalin.
What is Ritalin?
It's an amphetamine-like compound.
Speed.
Pharmaceutical grade.
What are some of the side effects?
There was a literature review published about that. Let's see. 1986, the International Journal of Addictions, Volume 27, Number 7, pages 837 to 841. Side effects include paranoid delusions, toxic psychosis, auditory hallucinations, extreme withdrawal, aggressiveness, terrified feelings.
I see.
It's a very effective drug.
A question. Suppose after a few months on Ritalin, my son Jimmy goes into a speed crash. I did some speed when I was young.
Good question, Mrs. Green. Let's say he becomes very sad, for example. You'll bring him back here and I'll diagnose him with an entirely new condition, clinical depression, and I'll assure you it's completely unrelated to Ritalin. I'll prescribe Prozac for the depression. One of the side effects of Prozac is a manic high. So then he'll go up and then he'll go down, up and down, and then you'll bring him back again, and I'll say a more precise diagnosis is manic depression, what we now call bipolar disease, and I'll prescribe something like Val, Pro, 8, or lithium. He could experience side effects from those drugs like life-threatening inflammation of the pancreas or intracranial pressure leading to blindness.
You really know your stuff, Dr. Job. With all these drugs in his system, might my son be driven to commit acts of violence?
It happens. Why don't we bring in Jimmy now and start him on his path?
I'm asking you now, point blank, as his doctor, if Ritalin is right for him.
Absolutely.
Well then, I've discharged my duty as his mother.
Beautifully.
Doctor, one last question. Jimmy's science teacher told him he might be a genius. His drawings of engines are apparently light years ahead of anything the teachers at school can understand. Now that he's going to start in with Ritalin, does he have a chance to grow up and be a genius?
No. Here's what the drug will do though. Your son will fit in. He'll be normal, average.
That's all I've ever really wanted for him.
Okay then. Bring the little monster in and let's put a few dents in him. It's never too early to teach him life's lessons.
Do I have to start cooking vegetables for him or anything like that?
Vegetables are passé.
You can really make him normal and average?
He'll spend so much of his time dealing with the adverse effects of the drugs, he won't have time to be anything else.
That'll free me up to save the planet.
Indeed it will, Mrs. Green.
Doctor, remember Eric Harris? He was one of the shooters at that Columbine school in 1999 in Colorado who killed all those people. He was on a drug called Luvox.
Indeed he was. I prescribed it for him.
And then he went haywire and killed all those people.
That wasn't because of the drug. It was because he had a mental disorder.
Don't bullshit me, doctor.
You're more educated than I thought.
I like to read psychiatric journals in my spare time. I'm not a bimbo.
I'm beginning to wonder who you are, Mrs. Green.
Really? Well, I guess it wouldn't hurt to tell you I represent a group of mothers.
I don't like the sound of that. How many mothers?
A few thousand. Actually, 10,000. We were licensed to carry guns.
I don't like the sound of that at all.
You see, doctor, I'm rather good at appearing stupid. That's how I get into psychiatrists' offices.
I'm definitely not happy about this.
I don't blame you, doctor. I speak in a rather annoying little voice, but I can hit a bullseye with a rifle at 100 yards. I'm not some squeaky little housewife.
You seem like a squeaky little housewife. A yuppie.
Yes, well, that's just a con. I could come across your desk and knock you on your ass if I wanted to. By the way, we mothers don't go around shooting anybody. We're responsible citizens. You, however, give people horrible drugs like Ritalin, Prozac, Zoloft, that cause people to shoot other people.
I'm very definitely not happy. I'm becoming less happy by the second.
Good. We mothers, all 10,000 of us, are fed up with your kind of bullshit. We don't like you prescribing your drugs to our children. We don't like the violent behavior that's caused by the drugs. We don't want to see our kids going crazy from the drugs.
Who are you to come in here and tell me you know what's best for your children?
We're the mothers, doctor. We have a little crusade. We know the truth. We've read all the studies. We pretend we're nice and polite and stupid, but we know you're destroying our kids with those drugs of yours. We know, and we take action.
I'm very, very, very unhappy about this. What kind of action are you talking about?
You destroy our kids and we'll destroy you.
What did you say?
Here's the deal, Dr. Quack. You tear up your license to practice psychiatry and burn it and walk away from this insanity you call medicine, and we'll forget you exist. But if you won't, we'll...
What will you do? The police are on my side.
A few of us will swear you had sex with us, and we'll tell your wife. We'll go to the newspapers with the story. We'll make your life a living hell. You're a drug dealer. Your drugs cause our kids to kill people.
Don't talk to my wife. Please.
Then stop practicing your pharmaceutical witchcraft.
You bitch.
You bet. I'm a bitch with a long memory and a long attention span.